everyone, Daisy here with another scrapbook layout. This one I created for Paper Issues Scraplift Challenge. I showed the layout that I'm scraplifting at the beginning of the video. And I'm starting out with this hexagon background cut file that I got from the Paper Issues store. And I cut it and then just kind of cut it apart so that I could have a piece of it coming in from each side. Now, I was watching a YouTube video by Melinda Sweetman, and I was enjoying her watercoloring technique, so I decided to give it a shot here. And so I'm doing just little drips. I mean, it's not anything like she does all this blending and everything, but I'm just doing drips, and it looked like fun when she did it, so I figured I would give it a shot. I did prep my background with some Liquitex white gesso. And now I just am taking a little brush and just sprinkling it, kind of coming down from each one of those colored in hexagons. Now the picture I'm using is of us when we went to Disney World. We waited in line to meet Woody and Buzz from Toy Story. We waited in line for almost an hour, and by the time we got up there, my daughter was being super shy and she wouldn't go up and say hi to Woody and Buzz unless Mom went up with her, and then my son also wanted to go up, so it was lots of fun. Here I am outlining the hexagons because in the Scraplift or inspiration layout it is outlined with some black pen and little kind of doodly lines, and so that's what I'm going to do here. I do go back and end up outlining each one of the hexagons just to make them stand out a little bit. And I'm just checking my placement here. I did pull out some buttons, which is a big deal for me. I don't ever use buttons anymore. But I pulled them out to match the colors that they were under. And so I get to use up like a whole 8 of them out of my 2 mason jars full of buttons. So I think I might even have a tin full of buttons too. Ugh. But anyhow, I get to use 8 of them, so yay. I'm pulling out these stars here, and these are something I had got out of, I had used a star cut file the other day, and I just took, this is, it was a star wreath, and so this is like the part of the cut file that you're not going to use, so I kept them, and then I sprayed them with some Heidi Swapp Color Shine, and I thought they would be perfect on this because, you know, Woody has his little badge. And so here I'm doing the insides of the hexagon so that they stand out more, and I'm going to add a little kind of squiggly line or whatever every so often. Basically, whenever I screw up, I cover it up by adding one of those little squiggly lines. And I don't make you watch me do all of that because it took me a little bit of time, because I had to keep cleaning my pen off because it kept getting gunked up with the gesso and everything. So now I'm working on my title, and if you watch my videos, you know that I always struggle with finding letter stickers. So this time I'm just like, I knew what I wanted my title to be. I'm like, why don't you just cut it out? So I used my silhouette and I cut it out, and it's just You've Got a Friend in Me. And I cut the word friend out 4 times, I think, out of black cardstock, and so I'm just gluing them together to make it kind of stand out a little bit, you know, more kind of like chipboard almost. And I really like the effect that it gives. That font is one that I purchased off of the Silhouette store, and it's called Ginger Doodle, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Ginger Doodle. I really like that font, so I do that, and then I just pick like a normal font for the You've Got a Friend in Me part, or You've Got in Me. Those words are all out of just some generic computer font that I have. And I'm just kind of playing around with these, trying to figure out where I want them. I did back the photo with some white cardstock and then also with some black cardstock just to kind of make it stand out a little bit. And now I am just trying to figure out what I want to use as my tag over there. I want to use something black or white. I don't want to add any more color to this layout. And so I have this, I think it's Bella Boulevard, and it's like an acetate sheet or something like that, and it looks like a placemat to me. I mean, that's what it kind of feels like too. And so it's really thick, and I just cut out a tag shape and it works perfectly. And then I use one of those little banners from the Cool Kid collection. It says Fun Day, and I just stick that right on that tag over there. And now I think I might be looking for something to put in the tag, and I end up with some black ribbon, another crazy thing from, you know, a blast from the past. And so I just stapled that on there because I wasn't sure how else I was going to get it to stick. So I just add a couple of staples. And then I'm kind of moving the buttons around so that I can place that label, or that, not label, that tag? Yeah, the tag where I want it. And I wanted to put that Be Brave on there. I thought it'd be perfect for the story I was telling, but it just wouldn't work out, so I don't end up adding that. So now that I'm done moving those buttons around, I am going to move on to these enamel hearts, and these are from Illustrated Faith, and I love them, so I'm going to use quite a few of them on this layout. I still have, these have lasted me forever. Like, I feel like I've used them on quite a few things, and I still have a bunch left. So I just kind of sprinkling them around the page a little bit, just kind of wherever I feel like it needs a little bit of black to be added to the page, I'm adding that. And then I'm adding a few more of the gold stars. And then I'm going to add some stamping, and I have the Good Vibes stamp set, and so I am going to use a couple of them. One says Excited, one says Share the Magic, and I can't remember what the other one says. But yeah, and then I'm also going to add, I don't add the exact date, I just add December of 2015 because that's when we went. I don't think the exact date really matters. And then I figured I should add some journaling to this, but I don't put it on the front. I flip it over and I put some journaling on the back of the page, just because I wasn't sure where to put it, and I didn't want to ruin the layout and then hate it. So I just flipped it over and wrote down a little bit of journaling. I think I do that off camera. And here I am just going to trace around my layout and add a few of the little, you know, doodly lines, and then that's going to be it. So thanks so much for watching. I will see you again soon. Bye!